What if K-pop idols could fight back against their demons? Literally. Hey, it's Darcy from Ladies First, and today we're talking about K-pop demon hunters and how it reveals the liberation fantasy that real K-pop idols are never allowed to live. On the surface, K-pop demon hunters looks like pure escapism. Huntrix comprising Rumi, Mira, and Zoey are global superstars by day and supernatural protectors by night. They use their voices not just to captivate millions, but to maintain the Hanmoon, a magical barrier keeping demons from consuming human souls. It's every fan's dream. What if your favorite girl group were secretly saving the world? But this isn't just fantasy, it's the most radical reimagining of fan culture ever put to screen. The film literalizes what K-pop fans have always known, that music has the power to save lives. When millions of voices unite behind their idols, something genuinely transformative happens. The movie takes this invisible force and makes it visible, turning fan devotion into the literal foundation that protects humanity from darkness. More importantly, it transforms the industry's most toxic element, the demand for performative perfection, into the very thing that needs defeating. The demons don't just represent external evil, they embody the internal shame that comes from hiding your true self behind a flawless facade. Rumi's secret identity as a half-demon becomes the perfect metaphor for what real idols endure, the exhausting performance of happiness while battling internal darkness. Her shame over her heritage weakens her voice, the very instrument she needs to protect others. This mirrors how the industry's demand for manufactured perfection silences the authentic selves of real performers, who often work 80-hour weeks while projecting constant joy. The film's demon ruler operates exactly like the K-pop machine, feeding on insecurity, demanding flawless images, and punishing any crack in the facade. The demon marks that appear on Rumi's skin whenever she feels shame become a visual representation of how the industry's impossible standards literally consume performers from within. When these marks are exposed during a performance, she faces every idol's greatest fear: public rejection and career annihilation. The difference is, in this fantasy, she gets to fight back. Jinu's backstory deepens this parallel brilliantly. 4 centuries ago, a demon granted him a beautiful voice that lifted his family from poverty, then condemned him to eternal servitude. His anxiety before each performance, his desperate need for approval, his isolation from meaningful connections, it all stems from that original bargain. Modern trainees make similar deals. Sacrifice your childhood, your autonomy, your mental health for the promise of stardom, only to discover you've traded freedom for a gilded cage. But here's where the film reveals its deepest truth, one that extends far beyond the entertainment industry. Celine's relationship with Rumi isn't just about a guardian and her charge. It's about how trauma gets passed down through generations, wrapped in the language of love and protection. Celine genuinely believes she's saving Rumi by teaching her to hide her demon heritage. She spent Rumi's entire childhood drilling into her that those marks were shameful, something to be covered up, until the golden Hanmoon could erase them forever. This wasn't malicious, it was survival strategy born from her own unprocessed grief over losing Rumi's mother. This pattern shows up everywhere in real life. Parents who survive poverty teaching their children that wanting anything is dangerous. Mothers who faced sexism training their daughters to make themselves smaller. The intention is protection, but the result is often the same. Children who grow up believing fundamental parts of themselves are unacceptable. Rumi's voice problems weren't random. They were symptoms of the self-hatred Celine had unknowingly cultivated. When someone spends years being told that their authentic self is too much, too dangerous, too different, their voice literally gets stuck. The climax reveals what liberation actually looks like, and it's not what you'd expect. Rumi's empowerment doesn't come from hiding her demon heritage or conforming to expectations. It comes from standing on stage, demon marks fully visible, and choosing to be seen as she truly is. When the new Hanmoon forms, it's not golden like the old one. It's rainbow-colored, reflecting every part of her identity she once tried to hide. The film's ending feels deliberately utopian, because it has to be. Rumi relaxes with her friends, no longer concealing her marks. Huntrix connects with fans who accept them completely. It's fantasy, because real K-pop rarely allows such authentic intimacy. But here's what makes the fantasy so powerful. It shows us that the cure for shame isn't perfection. It's community. It's the radical idea that being seen, truly seen, might not destroy you, it might save you. K-pop demon hunters succeeds because because it doesn't just acknowledge the darkness. It imagines what victory looks like when we stop fighting our struggles alone. Real idols might never get to save the world or express their authentic selves without consequence. But in this animated realm, we glimpse what freedom could feel like: the right to be complicated, powerful, and beautifully, unapologetically human. The film transforms industry critique into mental health advocacy, showing us that the real magic isn't in perfect performances, it's in finding your voice, seeking support, and refusing to let shame silence you. Sometimes the most radical act isn't fighting demons, it's simply being yourself, demon marks and all, and trusting that the right people will love you not despite your struggles, but including them. What's your take? And do you think Janu is going to come back in the sequel? Let me know in the comments. And if you love female lead movies just as much as we do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Ladies First.